Welcome back. Thank you for staying with the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. The 2019 Poppy Appeal has been launched, and ex-servicemen and their widows will be counting on those funds to help with living and medical expenses. But the Poppy Appeal Committee says interest and patronizing of the Poppy Appeal has significantly declined over the years. The committee is hoping to work with the Office of the Prime Minister to create greater awareness about the Poppy Appeal and Remembrance Day.
There was a time when almost every school child could be seen wearing a poppy during November. Over the years, the symbol of remembrance has been available for sale for a cost of only $1. The funds go towards supporting ex-servicemen and their families. Mary Bruce is the chairperson of the Poppy Appeal Committee. She laments that sales have declined significantly, and moreover, many youth do not even understand the importance of the sacrifice that was made by ex-servicemen during World War I.
We have to raise the consciousness of the public, see what's happening, see what it is about, especially the school children, their history, because we must know our history. Yeah, so we're trying to work with other people to assist us.
Remembrance Day for veterans of World War I is commemorated on the 11th of November or the second Sunday of November. World War I ended on the 11th of November 1918. Bruce encourages members of the public to pay their respects for the service of these brave men, both living and dead, by coming out to the various activities on Sunday.
On Sunday morning, we have the parade at BRK2 Square, where we put wreaths in the center park on the square there, in remembrance of those people who passed away and from Castries. Okay. So from there, we go to the Josephine Park. We are joined by the French counterpart. They come and they put some wreaths at Josephine Park in honor of their people, but they have some French people who are buried there. From there we go to the war graves. The ex-service people have their own war graves at the cemetery, so we put wreaths there. And from there, the Prime Minister and and our Governor General, who's the patron, they host a reception for the ex-service people and their families. So that is really what is happening on Sunday. But leading up to the Sunday, we have the poppy sales.
The poppy's origins as a symbol of remembrance lie in the First World War poem In Flanders Fields by Canadian officer John McCrae, first published in December 1915. Its opening lines refer to how the flowers grew from the graves of soldiers across Western Europe during the conflict. It reads, "In Flanders fields the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row."
November is Musicians Month, and we'll see the 2019 observance of St. Cecilia's Day. At the unofficial launch of festivities, the president of the Friends of St. Cecilia, Buffalo Odlum, spoke to Hot 7 News on what he describes as an exciting month to come. Jacques Wooding tells us more.
St. Lucia is one of the only remaining countries in the Western Hemisphere that has retained the tradition of observing November 22nd as St. Cecilia's Feast of Musicians. On this day, musicians from around the island band together as Friends of St. Cecilia to ensure that the tradition continues. Activities begin as early as 2 a.m. with the annual march of the Royal St. Lucia Police Band to herald in the day, followed by small concerts and orchestras around the island. President of Friends of St. Cecilia, Buffalo Odlum, says that festivities will carry on in 2019, with a full month of activities to observe Musicians Month. Odlum says that he is pleased with the efforts of the current administration to provide support for such traditions.
What we have noticed is that the government have stepped up their interest and financing and the projection for the creative industries, so we have to do that. So during this month, we are actually launching the Musicians Union. We're having consultations. We're bringing musicians together with business people. We're actually trying to formalize the whole process of getting the creative industry where we want it to be. The government has made their pronouncements. The government has stepped up, so we have to support what we have to support what the government is doing by us as musicians, performers, and producers coming together.
Odlum says that one activity that the public can engage in is a weekly concert at the Castries Market.
What you find the musicians came out, it's Saturday, it's by the market, there's a roaming crowd, there's interest there. So you find different musicians came out. I just sounded the alarm this morning. So we're probably going to do that every Saturday leading up to the 22nd of November, which is St. Cecilia's Day. So what you find that the enthusiasm is there. So we're going to encourage all musicians to be on board for the whole month.
Friends of St. Cecilia has collaborated with several local agencies, including the Cultural Development Fund, Folk Research Center, and the Ministry of Culture to ensure that St. Cecilia celebrations continue to develop. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
Students from St. Lucia have become eligible for education opportunities in the French territories of Martinique, Guadeloupe, and French Guyana following the signing of an MOU that established the twinning of the schools in French Isles and St. Lucia. St. Lucia's Prime Minister and Education Minister are touting the initiative.
School officials from the French Isles and officials of the Ministry of Education have signed a memorandum of understanding for the twinning of schools in St. Lucia and those of French dependency in the Eastern Caribbean. This project is an initiative by the Department of External Affairs through the Consulate of St. Lucia in Martinique. It is aimed at encouraging the St. Lucian diaspora to foster stronger relationships, especially with Martinique, Guadeloupe, and French Guyana. Speaking at the signing, Prime Minister Alain Chastanet says that this is truly a valuable opportunity, not only because of its promise, but because of its practicality.
Amazing to me that something as simple as what we've done today has not been done before. And the fact that we were just talking that it's €100 to go to Martinique, or for a Martinican to come over to St. Lucia on the ferry, means that the ability for us to see activities after the signing are real. And the times that I'm hoping that our students from St. Lucia are going to be able to spend in Martinique with young people of their age and to learn the culture and understand the life of being in Martinique is invaluable.
This program will facilitate exchange in the areas of culture, sport, language, beauty skills, culinary arts, web design, negotiation skills, tourism, music, and fashion. Students from Dimpolette Louise Primary, Babonneau Secondary, Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary, St. Joseph's Convent, St. Mary's College, Micoud Secondary, and Castries Comprehensive, as well as the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College and the National Skills Development Center, will be engaged in this program. Minister for Education, Dr. Gail Rigobert, says that this signing is only the beginning of great things to come from the growing relationship between St. Lucia and the French territories.
Today we are planting seeds. Seeds that will bear very rich fruit. And seeds that will help cure long, historically inexplicable distance between brothers and sisters. And that is why I share in the excitement of my peers and colleagues, and I wish you all the very best as we watch this program unfold and mature.
It is hoped that the twinning will encourage physical, mental, and social integration by establishing exchange programs via institutions in all areas where exchange is possible. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news after the break.